Hello. Come on, it's still playing. Okay, that was way too much Shelly going on. I'm sorry about that. I had the other window open and I forgot it was open because I was grabbing the link when I put out the email. Hello, how are you guys? I feel like I'm back here with a couple hundred of my favorite friends again. I'm excited to chat. I'm sad that we're closing out the summit. I'm excited to have a break. I'm sure Rebecca is too. I think we should give Rebecca some hearts in the comments. And we're going to go over some winners today. We're going to talk about what you guys learned. I would love to hear what your favorite session was. And if you have a favorite speaker, if you have a favorite session, if you have a favorite topic, like something that kind of gave you aha moment, I would love to hear about that. Yes, she is great. Stacy says, thanks for all the good information. Again, if you guys have a question, make sure you type question so that we make sure we don't miss it. Cami says she has not missed a live yet. I know, that's so awesome. We are going to talk about some giveaways, and if Caesar's live did rock the house, and it was really good too. Before I even pushed live, still not going to let that go. I'm like, how many times are we going to do lives before I figure out how to use them, right? Positively Created says she learned so much about Canva. That was a really good question. Smarter Q, I would love to hear who signed up for Smarter Q. It's a game changer. It was a game changer in my business. We should talk about some of the things that are game changers in our businesses, right? That feels like a good topic we could weave in. Yes, all the speakers and sponsors that put together trainings, they really gave it their all. You know, sometimes when you collaborate and you're like, hey, can I get a training from you on blah, blah, blah? And you kind of feel like they phoned it in, but ain't nobody was phoning it in this time. So that was awesome. The Procreate sessions, they were fun, right? You don't need all these big fancy tools and all these big fancy degrees to make good marketing. And I hope that you guys walked away with that. All right, let's start with our VIP. So over on the giveaway page, if you go to your dashboard, this is on a public channel, so we're not going to drop that in there. But if you go to the dashboard, there will be the link in the top. You can get to the giveaways. And then as they come in from the speakers, we'll be updating them over there. So in a week, if you want to come back, there's some people on vacation. I think somebody was still out sick. So we've given them through the weekend. So next week, if you go visit that page, you'll be able to see it. And then because the person in charge of the website pages did not update the button on the day 3, I thought I did, but I also didn't push like save. I think I was just having a roll yesterday, right? So if you got the email, you could get to it there, but the sessions from day 3 did not expire this morning at 10 a.m. So they will be up for probably another hour or so. And so you can get to those on your dashboard as well. All right, I'm going to stop reading the comments. I'm going to go to my starred one or I will never stop. But now, if you're thinking, I really wish I could watch the Procreate session again, or I'd really like to run through the Smarter Q presentation again, because now I'm all in. Like sometimes you go to these conferences or you go to these online summits and you take in all that information and you're like, it's just not clicking. And then a couple hours later, a couple sessions later, 48 hours later, you're like, I get it now. I can totally do that. Sometimes it all makes sense, but then sometimes we also just need to be in a different mindset that, you know what, this video or this whatever is my next move. And I was ignoring it or thinking I couldn't or thinking I shouldn't because of a mindset. And I tell you what, as an entrepreneur, it is a roller coaster every single day. Even hosting this summit, if I could go through and show you some of the screenshots of some of the panic I sent friends that or my husband about where we were and how it was going. And it's funny because it always works out. It always works out how it should be. And sometimes the best advice I can give you is get out of your own way. And how are you going to do that? You're going to learn new skills. You're going to find a community of people around you, and you're going to come up with a plan and you're going to stick to it. And we're not going to base who we are or how our business is doing by how many likes that dancing TikTok got you, right? Which I put up a funny reel yesterday on Instagram. So if you're looking for some entertainment and you're over 50 like I am, you'll be able to relate to it. I don't know. Did anybody see it? I should feel like I should give a prize or a bonus point to somebody who saw that over there and understood. I thought it was funny. My daughter's probably going to tell me it wasn't. All right. So now Celeste says there is tons of material in the VIP. I would highly recommend that you listen to Celeste. But on that note, our VIP tickets are going off of the sale tonight, July 31st. So at midnight tonight, Central Time, the discount will end. So right now they're 67 and they go up to 127. So that is like half price. And we have our winner of our VIP tickets. We'll give that away. Okay, now you've taken in the summit. You're like, all right, I've watched all the videos. Like, why would I want the VIP ticket now? So the VIP ticket, you get all the replays. So every workshop that was in there is in there. The replay from the Zoom, I almost have it finished. So that will be up there too. So the Zoom workshop we did on Tuesday night, that one is in there. That one will be in there. And then there's a bonus pack. So if you're a VIP member, shout out in the chat that you're a VIP. There's all of the sessions are organized by day. So that way, when you download the workbook, it makes sense. It kind of helps you find everything. And then as we're talking about the summit, if you're watching the lives on your VIP replay, then it kind of all makes sense. So anyway, we have all the sessions organized by day. And then if you scroll down, I think it's on the left, which my camera's reversed. Sorry about that. Scroll down underneath all the days, all the workshops, and there's a bonus pack. And the bonus pack has tons and tons of extra bonuses. So there's trainings in there. There's templates in there. There's workshops, like workbooks, those kind of things to help you get further. So it is amazing. And the VIP ticket itself with all the replays and, the lifetime access, the bonuses, you have 3 months to access those because those are things that the speakers and sponsors sell over on their websites. So the sponsor, if you're going to do Smarter Q, go get the VIP ticket and then go sign up with Smarter Q or grab your Caesar products because there are extra discounts in there compared to the free ticket. And all of that is worth over $2,500. So $2,500 or 67. Like I'm not good at math, but I know how that one maths out. Okay. So that is our VIP ticket. Now, if you've been waiting to see if you won the VIP ticket, I think we need a drum roll because over on our giveaway page, as the host of the summit, we can make that. See, right there behind me. We are giving away a VIP ticket, a digital 2026 planner, and then a shipped 2026 planner. So there's our drum rolls. Thank you. Deborah says she's a VIP member. It is so worth it. I tend to agree. I get excited when the speakers were uploading their content and giving me their things to put in the portal. And I'd look at some of these and I'd be like, oh, wow, this is great. And then the next one would come in and I'm like, it was just kind of kept piling, just kept stacking up. All right. Did I stall enough? Are you guys excited? Sherry says she would love to win a planner. I love that. Okay. So our VIP ticket winner is Jennifer Lynn. Congratulations, Jennifer. So if you already have the ticket, we will credit your ticket or you can gift it to somebody else. So if you know a business owner, you can gift it to them. But I looked up your email and I didn't see you in there. You will be getting an email. You know what? Email us at hello@wecanmakethat.me. and then we will make sure that you get your login. All right. Then the next thing that we have to give away, I have tons and tons of planners that I have to take to the post office. So I promise not to ramble too long. And if you've been following me for a long time, then you probably know that you should end that with good luck with that, Shelly. Okay, so this is our 2026 planner. Isn't she adorable? This is the undated one. So you could get this one and start now. I did see somebody asked if we still have 2026 planners, and I think that there's 13 left, the printed ones. Of course, you can continue to get the digital ones. But the printed one, it has the date on here, and then of course dates in there, and then the months are on the tabs. But this is just the one that I grabbed handy. And it's really fun this year. We did blue ink. It doesn't show up very well on this because of all my bright lights, but we did blue ink on the tabs, and then the course that comes with it. Now remember, the course will be updated throughout August. And that one is, see, this is the blank one. You put the months on there, you put the dates on there, but we walk through how to use these pages. So if you're looking at this and you're looking at the stats thing up here and you're like, what kind of stats should I put up there? Or I only have one of those, or I'm not sure what I do with that after I write all those stats in there. Like, why would I keep track of those stats? And then what do you do with it later to help your business grow? The course that will be in there will walk you through all of that. Plus, there is 19 pages of different worksheets throughout the planner. So, and then we've also added, which I'm kind of excited about that, but we've added a couple of note pages in there. And then there's also this really fun mid-year review. Now, they are normally $57, and this is not a $57 planner. You almost really, how to word it is you get a free planner with a $57 marketing course. Now, if you were out there on the interwebs and you were searching a course for my creative business, you would not find one for $57. So I'm telling you, it's a bargain, bargain, bargain. Okay, let me look at the chat because I kind of got sidetracked. Courtney says, I want a 2026 planner. We have plenty. In fact, my husband just looked at the pile of boxes and went, oof. I know. But the 2026 dated ones, I think I'm only down to 4 boxes now. So it's been great. You guys have been loving them. I've been taking boxes after boxes to the post office, and I just need to pause for a second and say thank you. Thank you for supporting me. Thank you for supporting what just feels like it's on my heart. Like, I can talk about this and somebody comes to me and says, I'm running my social media. This is what's happening. I'm not getting the engagement. I'm not getting the clicks, and it doesn't take very long. And I can give them 4 or 5 pointers where you can make little changes and then end up with bigger results. So, and I have packed all that information into the course that goes with the planner. So, all right, planner rant over. Now we have one more to give away. We have 2. I didn't show you who won the digital or the printed ones, but Michelle says, I love the 2025 planner. The question on the first few pages really helped me to find what was not working well and what I needed to change. I can't wait. Like, in 3 months, come back to me and tell me, like, what increased for you, Michelle. I would love to hear. Like, send me a private message, send me an email, send it by pigeon carrier, whatever you want. You write me a note. I love to get mail. Anyway, I would love to know, was it like engagement? Was it sales? Did engagement come and then sales came? So I'm always looking to hear those stories. Let me just run through a few questions and then we'll jump on the planner. Did we drop the planner link? Because I'm not looking at the chat. Well, we will at the end. And then if you come back, we're going to redo the description with the video so that you can go grab all of the links. The bonus pack is so worth it. I printed so many things and I'm reading for months. And the nice thing is you're not spending time searching for these things. And if you're new to online businesses, you're probably even thinking, you don't know what you don't know. So how do I know how to search about algorithms or B-roll or social media scheduling. Like sometimes we don't know the terms that are going to get us to that next level. And you don't have to because they are all in the VIP portal for you. The VIP for this particular summit is a must. Thank you, Celeste. I mean, the amount of great info there is there. I will use all of this to help me grow, and I want to always be able to go back and watch step by step. I love that. It is crazy. I don't know about you guys, but it's crazy when I listen to a video on a time, and like if I'm watching on a live or I'm watching on the replay, at the end of it, I'm way smarter after I watch the replay. I don't know why. I think it's my creative brain, and I feel like I need to like take it all in and make sure I don't miss anything. But then I can watch it in a much more relaxed setting, and Shelly's brain just works better. Anyway, that might just be me. You deserve a big round of thank you for putting all of this together. Thank you. And you can give some of that to Rebecca in the comments. Lori says, I've separated my business Instagram from my personal, and I picked ESP, and I'm working on a landing page to start my email list. And I started up with Smarter Q. Holy smokes, you're on a roll. I love it. It's crazy, right? Like, look at how much she got done in 3 days. Now, if you were in the Creative Business Club, we do this once a month. If you are in the mastermind that is starting August 15th, we're going to do this from August to November. And imagine the list that you would have done. So if you're ready to take this side hustle to one that's going to pay for major vacations, pay for major house repairs, or to replace your full-time income, you should join the mastermind or at least the Creative Business Club. Okay. Shameless plug, right? A ton of amazing material in the VIP. Highly recommend. All right. Thank you, Celeste, for being such a great summit cheerleader, too. Okay. And I will mention this. There is the $10 off. So the planners were 20% off for the pre-order sale through August 1st. And then if you do those, you also have access. If you go through the checkout for the planner, we'll ask if you want to join the club. And you can just, if you've already bought the planner or the planner's not your thing, that's fine too. You can still come in the Creative Business Club. And it is $10 off for the first month. So the club is $19 a month after that. Okay. And then the mastermind, we will throw that up there too. So when you go here, right now there are 4 spots open, maybe 5. And then you can apply here. There's an application, takes a few minutes. I want to know your thoughts on where you're at with your business. It's not based on how much money you're making. As long as you know what your product is and you have started to build an audience, like with social media, you don't have to have email, but email works, if you have some sort of audience going. And then we'll kind of I want everybody to be on the same level. So there's not somebody with 40,000 people on their email list and somebody with 200 or no email list. So that's kind of why we have the application. And then we send out an invite. And then you have 3 days to think it over, decide if it's the right fit. And then if we have more people on the wait list, we'll have to offer it to the next person in line. But like I said, right now we have four spots, maybe 5. So, okay. Now, all right. We would love to have you, Celeste. I still have you on the list. So there is right now there are digital creators, and the other invites are product creators. So there are a great mix of both, which gives you a great, it gives you a great perspective to have those other people in the room. I was listening to a training this morning. Actually, I stopped to go do a training with the person who I am doing a mastermind with. And she said the reason that she is where she is today is because she bit the bullet and she did that course that hurt, or she did that mastermind that hurt, or she took that next leap of faith. She did this thing where she also purchased a building. And without doing those things that scare you, you're not going to see that huge momentum and that huge stride in your business as if you were to go it alone. And as I said that out loud, there is a saying about like slow and steady will win the race and you'll get there. But when you can go with many, you go faster, further. You guys heard that? And I totally butchered that quote, but if you've heard it, you know what I'm talking about. Okay, before we give away the planners, Rhonda has a question. I think I need the 2025 and the 2026 planner. Do they have a little different content? So yeah, one of them is, no, I'm just kidding. Sorry. At this point, I'm kind of being a little sassy. So I was going to tell you, what is 2025 dates? What is 2026 dates? Okay, there are a couple things let me see. The most part, there are a couple things that I moved around or tweaked in the planner themselves. Marketing itself and how marketing works doesn't change a whole lot. So a lot of the things that are printed in the planner, there are a couple of things on the worksheets that have been tweaked. But really what you would want to do both for is so that you can start now. And I know somebody said in one of the emails too, like, it's a 2025 planner, like, Shelly, it's August tomorrow. Exactly. So if you've heard the story before, when I developed the planner, I was like, okay, I need residual income. I'm going to build up my traffic on the website so that I can get enough over there so that I can put ads on it. And if I can get enough people over there to get ads, I can use the blog to pay my house payment. And then I don't have to think about that. Like, that was a security, right? So I worked on that. I developed the planner. I started using the planner. And then I thought, well, okay, by the end of the year, if I do this and I am this structured and consistent, I could probably double my traffic, right? And so I started using the planners, and I used like 60 to 70% of the prompts, the worksheets, which it had way less worksheets. I don't think it had worksheets back then, but it had a couple. This was actually condensed here, so it was a lot smaller on the beginning ones. And then there's the marketing panels. So I had used just this and this concept, and I 6x my website traffic. So I was hoping to double it, and then it would have taken me another at least 365 days to get the goal I wanted. And I ended up getting to the goal in just a few months. So if you're thinking, there's Q4, like Celeste just said, there's 5 months. And honestly, it only takes one viral post, and it only takes, sometimes you can turn your social media around in 30 to 45 days. And I don't mean just like bump it up a little, like you can double, triple, or quadruple your social media in such a small time. So with that said, there is plenty of time. Now, if we do run out of the printed planners, you can always do the digital one. And somebody had emailed, like, there's just nothing about getting the printed piece all together. So the planner is designed, the printable one, where you could take it to like a local mom and pop copy shop. You could take it to Office Depot. And when you get it, you get rights to print one. So you can't print many and sell them, but you can print yourself one. Or if you have 2 businesses, you could print 2 of them, and you could kind of gear them towards different, but I don't recommend having 2 businesses. But if that was the case, or I do know people who are virtual assistants and they buy more than one copy, and then they use them for each of their clients to keep things straight. So anyway, there is plenty of time left, but you could get them printed. And if you only had to print 5 months of it, you could print the worksheets and then the remaining 5 months, and it would be a really helpful tool. Okay, Positively Created. I got 2025 planners because I want to keep this momentum going. Exactly. And the nice thing is I keep all of mine in a drawer in my office, and I refer to them back. Somebody, the second year I made it, she called it her business Bible. I thought that was funny. And then I also, this year's, it is so much more than just a planner. So we have it business journal, because you can go back and you can see how you posted, what you posted, how many times you emailed, what kind of engagement you got. And then next year at Black Friday, you just kind of recycle what you've already done and make some tweaks on what worked and eliminate what didn't. So, okay. Starting now is ideal. So yes, that is the difference. And I think there's a mindset. It's, why would I buy a planner in August? But if we think of it more than a planner, but honestly, we've heard a lot about SEO, and I was just going to call it a business journal. But if you look up the SEO and who's searching for a business journal, it's nobody. So that's why we call it a business planner. Okay. Sassy by nature. Oh, geez, I feel like we just became friends with your business name. I still love my planner, but but you do have to put in the work and sit down and take time to fill it out. I like to do some a month ahead and some at the beginning of the week. Yes, it's like a hammer in your toolbox. It's not going to hang that picture for you unless you use it. It's not going to build that house. So if you want to build your dream, you do have to show up with it. But the nice thing is then everything related to your business is in one spot. I do know people who use it and they just use it for business. And then they have their kids' schedule, their dentist appointments, and all of that in a different type of planner. Yay, Brenda. We would love to see you in the Creative Business Club. I'm excited for that. And we meet in the Creative Business Club. We meet the first Thursday of the month, and we meet the third Tuesday every month. Sometimes it's noon, sometimes it's 5 p.m., and we rotate them so that different people have options to get to both. As much as I love the idea of a planner, I have such a hard time keeping up. And that's because you've never bought a planner that worked for you. You have a planner that was designed for a mom or a teacher, or it was just a planner with dates. But this one is going to pull in your business dream and then give you space to achieve it. There's my little speech. Yay! Okay, tell me what your first name is, Positively Creative, because I do love your name. I think that's adorable. Okay. All right, I have a couple more about the club, but let's get to, I already talked about that one. Okay. My planner has shipped. Yay! And sometimes I will, so if you've gotten an email confirmation that your planner is shipped, and every time you click on it, there is no information with your tracking, sometimes my postman gets a little annoyed with how many pink packages and teal packages. I ran out of teal. Now they're hot pink. He has to carry. Actually, he drives up, so it's fine. But sometimes he just, I think, gets bored because he scans them out there on the street. And then sometimes I take him to the post office a couple miles from my house. And sometimes I think they start scanning them and they just get bored and they don't finish scanning them. So weird. But if you've got an email, it's in the mail. And if you don't get it within 10 days, when we get closer to the holidays, but sometimes they get there in 3 or 4. But if you don't get it, then you can send us an email. But if you don't see any tracking on there, just don't panic is where I was going with that. You're welcome, Jess. She says, thanks for taking time to create an awesome tool. All right. With years and years of graphic design under my belt, it was super easy. So I love that I can share it with everybody. I just received the 2025 last week and ordered the 26th. Sweet. I have so much to do. And now with this and Smarter Q, it is. And it's going to feel, now that there's all this information that you guys have taken in over the last 3 days and all the new tools and all the new systems or whatever that you want to put into place, or, when you're using the planner, kind of becomes a new tool, becomes a new system and how you were scheduling before, same with Smarter Q. But if you just say, okay, I'm going to take the next month, I'm going to take August, I'm going to take August through October, whatever it is, I'm going to pause. Nobody's going to care if you take a little break on your social media. If you come back stronger, instead of trying to keep all of the plates afloat and in the air at the same time, that can really help your business progress. And I go through that in some of the training for the planner too. I'm like, you know what? Sometimes you need to pause. Sometimes you need to shut off the emails. You need to shut off the posting and then figure out why you're posting and what you're posting and who you're talking to, and then create your content and organize your content. Because if it feels messy to you, it's going to feel messy to your audience. I love that, Lori. It's made a huge difference. You're welcome. Okay. Wow. I keep saying But I'm going Sharon. Okay, thanks. Oh, I see a Pinterest question. Let me come back to that. Oh, I love it. I love it. She says her husband has not seen her this excited about her business in quite a while. It can get heavy. And I think that's another reason why the club just spontaneously started at the summit in 2023. They were having so much fun in there. They said, let's make a club. So, all right. One more planner thing, and then we're going to draw. I bought the 2025 planner, but I have been so overwhelmed with everything that I just froze and have not used it. Now that I have joined the business club, I will get it out. You will get it out, Trina, because I will continuously say the word planner in there. But again, if you don't have a planner, we still let you in. I might give you a little grief on the lives, but I'm kidding. They're really knowing how to use the tool. It's just like Smarter Queue. They have customer service, they have one-on-one onboarding, they've got tutorials, and really easy to follow. And plus, once you get a couple things into Smarter Queue, it is crazy how much it just kind of clicks, and then super easy to maintain, as opposed to just trying to do it on the fly like we've all been doing. And the same thing with the planner. The more you use it, the easier it becomes. Okay. Are we done rambling, Shelley? Yes, we're done rambling. Let's pick a winner, and let's do our drum roll. Yes, Rebecca, thank you for putting that in there. So if you join the Creative Business Club, you have to join the Facebook group, because that's where all the fun is. So that's where you'll get your replays and connection. The events are actually listed in the event tab in there. It's just easier. We're all in one place. And then there is a portal, but the 95% of it goes on in the Facebook group. And we forget to go log into those other things. So it's become a really good resource. Okay, we're going to go with the shipped planner. And this is the 2026 planner, not the undated. Well, you can get the undated one, but it is a shipped one. So you can pick undated or 2026. When you send us an email, just let us know. And the winner from the giveaway page is Teresa Douglas. So I'm excited to see what you do with your planner and how much fun you have. And I did see somebody say she's in the UK. Were you I can't remember who had emailed, because I haven't looked at my emails yet today. Somebody did say that they are in a different country and they would still love to have a shipped planner. So send me an email with your address. And if you're willing to pay the shipping as well, then, and I don't upcharge the shipping. So whatever the shipping would be, we can look at shipping it. So I've done that probably 4 or 5 times to Canada. And before this last hike in postage, it was like $28 to ship to Canada. Okay, so congratulations, Teresa. And our next one, we're going to give away a digital version. So if you so in the digital version, there's a PDF you can print. Like I said, you could take it and have it printed out. And then even those mom and pop shops, a lot of them can do the spiral binding. So because there's nothing more inefficient than 365 days of the year loose leaf paper on your desk. Like, that's not going to help you. And you could also print it off and put it in a 3-ring binder, but it's usually just a few dollars that you could do this. So the first time I would have them made, I could go to a quick copy shop, have a planner put together with a spiral for about a couple dollars less than what shipping would be to Canada. So that's why we ended up doing the digital ones. So you can print it off with a PDF, or there's an EPUB, EPUD, and that extension lets you use it on some digital devices. So if you write on it with your iPad, that kind of thing, you have that option too. So now our digital winner is Kara Lee. And I'm not even going to pretend to say your last name. So I hope you're on here. So again, if you have one, so we have Jennifer won the VIP, Teresa won the shipped planner, and then Carolee won the digital planner. So you can send us an email at hello@wecanmakethat .me, and we will get your prize off to you. So in the next 48 hours, we should have all of the prizes awarded and shipped and that kind of thing. So, all right. Now, don't forget that our sale for the Creative Business Club and the pre-order on the planners ends tomorrow, August 1st. And this is the lowest price of the year. So if you're like Shelly, you're like, it's August. Do I wait? Could I get a better deal? So before January 1st, where you're probably going to want a couple months in advance to start working on it, it will not be cheaper than it is today. So if it's the price, there you go. All right. Now, let me pull up my notes. Kind of went down a rabbit hole. There we go. Okay, so we have our 3 winners. And then I just closed the other window that I needed. So give me 2 seconds. It's like, why do I have all these tabs open? Oh yeah, because we were going to talk about the other winners. So if you go to the Facebook group, you know what? Why don't I just share my screen? Hold on. Because we're visual and we like visual things, right? Let me share and share. Is this the right window? Yes. Okay. Can you guys see that? Yes, you can. All right. So if you go into the Facebook group over on, and this is for registered attendees, I'm logged in as myself. You can see these tabs up here. There are a few links here in the guide tab you might want to check out. Some of the replays are in this tab. I think most of them are there, but you can also, Facebook deletes them after 30 days. So it's probably easier just to go to my YouTube channel. But there's also this featured section up here. This has a few of the fun things. If you scroll through, like here's the offer from Emma over at SmarterQ, and then a couple other things that we've pinned up there. But if you click on this giveaway one, we will be adding all of the names here so that when the speaker or the speakers and the sponsors pick their winners, we will post them here, and then they will also be on your giveaway group. So the next one I want to share is from Adrienne with the Visionaries, and she has drawn Erin Winslow, and you won her one-on-one strategy. So this was, I want to say it was like a $500. It was crazy good. It was one-on-one help. I can tell you that will progress your business more than most things. Okay. So that was Adrienne's, and she will, when the winners are chosen, you will get an email from the person who hosted it. So Adrienne at Visionaries will send you a message. And then Kelly with her product photography, has chosen Monisha Edwards. And she is going to work with you to do a photo shoot. So that will be fun. And Michelle Sheets, she is the winner with the craft with Angie and Corey and crafting camps. And off the top of my head, now I don't remember what that was. There's so many great giveaways on that list. I couldn't believe that we had ended up with more than, it was almost 11,000 worth of prizes on there. So that was insane. Okay, I'm just looking up what. So Angie and Corey have the ready to make money from your craft. You can grab their craft business prep. So that's coming. Okay, so congratulations. And I think that was it. Yes. So if you find this post, you can come back and check it over in the group, and then that will tell you who else has won as they come in. Like I said, by probably next Monday or Tuesday, the end of the day, you should have them all. We should have them all updated. And then on the giveaway page, we go in and we update them. where the button was to go enter, we update it with who won. Okay, because sometimes emails don't talk to each other. We think that they're going through and then we're feeling ignored, but all right. Let's let me see. There's a couple more questions. Let's run through some questions, right? We're not done learning. Stacy, question. Do you know if Pinterest Predicts is out for 2026? I don't think it is. Um, I want to say it was September that came out. But it's a good document that, if you're not familiar, that Pinterest puts together, and they use all of their stats to kind of lean into what we have coming down the road. And if you are thinking of leaning into Pinterest in the near future, when you log in, if you log in on your desktop, go to the Business Hub. There's a lot of really fun resources that they have over there, and they're free. And then also they even have a community that you can join. So they started kind of a beta program, and I got to go in and test how it would look. So it's kind of like a Facebook, almost social media app, but it's all the creators for Pinterest. So you can find that on your business dashboard in there. And I don't know, there's a lot of fun tools, a lot of fun resources, and they are definitely there to help. So the people who work at Pinterest are in there helping you. So it's not like you're going to go there and say, like, I can't log in. But if you're looking for what's working, there's people posting all that kind of stuff too. So they've really got a great team over there now. I got to go to their office in Chicago last June, so that was fun. And as you would imagine, the Pinterest office looks like a Pinterest board. It made me want to stay, but they kicked me out. Okay. Bobby, I'm on the fence about the club, but I have so little time. I'm always afraid I won't be able to come. So all of the sessions are available on replay. And when you join, all of the past replays are in there. So if you join, and the next 4 sessions that we're going to do are, they're on 4 different topics, but you are thinking, okay, I really need to start an email. Like, I left the Side Hustle Summit, and now I know I need to start an email. Then you can go watch the email training. So if you can come live, it's great. If you can't come live, there are a ton of people in there that are just taking in the content, and they don't want to be on the Zoom. They want to watch it. You can speed it up. You don't have to listen to Shelly talk. You can skip the intros. And even the co-working sessions that we do, when we're done with the co-working session, we upload it to the group so that you guys can watch it, and you can follow along in there. So you don't have to feel like you're working alone. So I think that's kind of a fun part. Okay. And if you want to try it out, you can try it out, like I said, for this month, and get $10 off. And then moving forward, it's $19. And so instead of charging what, you see a training and it's $67 or $47, so you can get all of the past replays plus the live interaction where you can ask questions, because we meet on a Zoom and not a chat. And it's a great fun community, and they're all creatives, like all of you guys watching now. Oh, thank you, Brenda. Your CEO hour alone is worth attending the summit. But we got way more. That is kind of my favorite topic. And there's an extra training on the CEO date in the Creative Business Club that I think is really good too. But I might be a little biased. Amanda says, I also got the 2025 digital, need the 26. I would love the undated as the digital option. Yeah, we end up updating it every year. So the undated one is new this year. I'm not sure. We'll see how it goes over, because right now the 2026s are flying off the shelf, out of the closet, because they're in my daughter's closet now that she doesn't live in her room. Sherry says, oh, and I'm going to have to look through the pages again and make sure I didn't miss anything. Yes, there is a lot in there. And sometimes some of the topics or some of the content on there doesn't always click right away. So the more you're in there and the more you use it, the more it'll make sense. I could be motivated to use one if the planner really helps that much. I think you'd be surprised. Even people who say I'm not a planner user love it because it's really not a planner where you have to write down what you're doing and when you have to be there. It's how you're managing your business is what you're planning. So you're not planning necessarily using it to plan your dentist appointments, although there's room for that in there too if you want to use it as your personal planner. But there's lots of business things that will help you move. So you don't have to, before I get to that question, I love the prompts that are in there because I don't want to remember to post every day or go live in my stories or that kind of thing. Like on the very top, there's the Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest checkbox. So you can use that for stories. You can use that for posting, whatever fits your business. But so instead of writing down what you are supposed to be keeping track of or doing as a business owner, it's already in there. So you just grab your cute colored pens and you use it as a checklist of what you need to be doing every day. So that's why I feel like it's not just a planner. Christina says, I have been learning my 2026 planner so far. I love it. It's going to be a game changer to keep me on track. I think you're right. And most of the orders that come through are people who have been using it for the last 4 or 5 years. So I think it's the repeat customers that have told me, like, this is a tool that works. It's not just a tool that I can sell so I can sell. It's a tool that helps people. I have the hardest time with the admin stuff, right? I do too. Need. Yes, you do, Jazz. I love it. Okay. I love the tabs. So helpful. And the color scheme is beautiful. Thank you. I know each year it's very different. Every year is just, I thought I was going to show you some of them, but you guys probably don't care. Let's see. Celeste says, I need a cute little cup to, where'd that go? I need a cute little cup to have my pens in. So I have this, which I keep my pens in. And then I have this, which I keep my pens in. And then my colored pens, I have another one behind me. Whoops, it's over here. And then I have a little cubby in here to keep my pens. So on that note, hi, my name is Shelly, and I'm addicted to buying erasable pens, which I don't think I've talked about that this year. I feel like this should be the sponsor of the summit every year, but these are Frixon. Have you guys seen these? Frixon pens, and they are erasable. And I don't know. So do you guys remember in high school and you got those erasable pens and then you wrote and then you erased and then everybody could still read everything that you said and then you would get in trouble for being sassy in the classroom? Just me. And there's these ones. So these ones are kind of like a felt tip marker. These are the jam. They're like gel pens almost. These are my favorite. They come in a bazillion and a half different colors. You can find them on your planner page. After you get the planner, there is links to this planner resource page. Rebecca's holding hers up too. And then there's also a whole line that are, I have to show you one more. I know there's probably like a million things to do in here. I'm rambling about pens. And then just regular pens. And I love because they have the regular tips and then they have fine tips. I like the fine tip pen. And they're all super erasable. Now, is anybody here born before 2000? Because I'm going to show you something and you're going to feel very, very nostalgic. Do you guys remember these pens with the different colors? And then you just click them down. And this one's erasable. Amazon for the win. I'm telling you. Okay, there's my pen rant. The last thing I need in life is more pens. I'm 100% sure, but I buy them all the time. Anna says she uses those for proofreading, and I joined a quilting group with my mom, and they talk about them in there all the time too. But if they get super hot, it will erase. But then you can just, like, if you leave your notebook in the car and it gets too hot and everything erases out of your notebook, then just put it in the freezer and it'll come back. So I don't know if you would use them for sewing. I know a lot of people who do, but if you were to leave a blanket that had it on there and left it in your car in North Dakota, then in the wintertime, all your lines would come back. Um, I use Papermate Ink Joy. They are her favorite. I'm gonna have to check that out. I need to get some for the planner. Yes, yes, you do. And I think by the time you get through the trainings, you guys will be like, okay, I guess I need these pens now because I talk about them a lot in there. I haven't seen the erasable ones. Hey, Pam. Fun to see you on here. Pam and I did a mastermind together. We were talking about masterminds. I don't know if you've been on here the whole time, but they are game changers, right? Okay. What? I know, it's crazy, right? I also use the different pens for different things. Like if I have a to-do list in my planner, I'm going to write it in the blue or the black. And then if I have an appointment or if I have to go live, I'm going to use the red or the hot pink. And if I need to take time to put in, like if I need to go do my QuickBooks or if I need to do some accounting or if I need to do a CEO date, I use green for money. And then that way I'm visual. I like to see it color coded, but that's what I do. I need the link to the pens. Oh, I bet Rebecca is going to pull up my Amazon store and throw a list over there. She's like, I will, but you said we'd be off in 45 minutes, Shelly. And we're at 51. Okay. What questions do you guys have? So let me let me kind of organize this for you guys. So if you are looking to improve your marketing with one of the tools that we've talked about, I suggest you start with the planner. Grab the planner, and if you're thinking and when you open that planner and you're like, oh Lordy, look at all those blank pages, and nothing can be more intimidating, right? So if that's how you feel, or if you're like, you know what, I'm going to get this, I'm going to fill it in, and I'm going to be 100% on board with it. Both of those reasons are a good reason to then go to step 2 and join that creative business club. And then if you were like, you know what, I am not doing this hard anymore. I'm pushing forward. We're going 100% all in, and we're not just going to make some progress in 2025. Like we're going to change what my business is in 2025 so that 2026, I'm already at my goals. I'm already at what I've been dreaming about, the reason I started my business. Then you're going to join the mastermind. So a couple questions about the mastermind that we've had. Whoops, I don't think that link worked, Rebecca. I put a weird URL at the end. So some of the questions I had about the mastermind, I'm not sure if I'm going to do another one. So we're going to go through this one. Again, you don't ask somebody if she's having a second baby while she's delivering the first one, right? So we're going to get through the Mastermind 2025. And when you join the Mastermind 2025, you get a planner. So if you don't have the 2025 or the 26, you'll get both of them because you need both of them to be in there. And then whether you use the printed one or the digital one. And then you also get access to the Creative Business Club. And then you get it at a discounted price after that. So it is less than, so the full price is $19. If you decide to stay in there, you get it free while you're in the mastermind. If you decide to stay in there afterwards, you get it at a discounted price moving forward, as long as you stay in there. So if you decide to pause for a while and come back, but if you stay in there, it'll be the discounted price. And every week during the mastermind, we will be on a Zoom. So it will be like, and it's a smaller group. It'll be like a one-on-one coaching. And then plus you will have all the people around you in the mastermind to help you. So it's like we have 10 coaches in there. It's the community aspect. And even this morning in a chat with some other business ladies that I have met in a mastermind, we were talking through some things. And even there, they said, this is a game changer. Like just that conversation. And that conversation wouldn't have happened if it wouldn't have been from a mastermind that we were previously in. So let me see. The chat is flying. Let's see if we have another starred one. Now, if you're not sure, Mary says even her nurse practitioner uses those pens. They're just so fun. And I love the color and I love the way they write. They're very, very good. I use and love those colored cubes too. Now that, oh, these ones, these are color palettes that you can get. So very, whoops, clickety click. Yeah, the colored cubes right over here. I love it. They help you pick color palettes in a very fun way. Okay, so back to the mastermind. Once you apply, like I said, there's some questions you can ask that will ask you about your business, and then the next step would be an invitation. And if I feel like you're not ready with the other ladies who are already in there, I will explain why. And then we will have a conversation about that. And then we can see if it's something that you want to do at that point. Now, if you're not at the point where they are, the progress that you make might take you longer. You'll have to do some extra legwork, some extra hours, but we're meeting once a week on Zoom. So about an hour, sometimes an hour and a half, depending on the topic. And then the sessions and content is geared specifically towards the people who are in there. So it's not like you come in and here's your curriculum and this is what you're doing and this is what we're going through. It's where are you guys at in your business, the people who are in the group, and then what do you guys want to learn, or what do I think you need to learn, and then depending on where you're at, and then we'll gear all the lessons towards that. That's funny, Sonia. Okay. So do you guys have any more questions? Do you guys have any questions about the mastermind? You can message me on all the socials, or you can send us an email if you are in there. If you have applied, check your email, search hello@wecanmakethat.me, because I have sent everybody who's applied. Wow. Everybody who's applied, I have sent you an email. And then this morning I sent a couple more. So if you haven't replied, you can reply. If you've applied and you decided you didn't want to do it, just reply and let us know. So once you apply, you're not committed to it. And then you have some time to talk it over, because I want to make sure when you're in there, you are 100% ready to make some change. And if your mindset's not in it, it's probably not going to be a good fit. So I want to make sure that you are ready. You're like, you know what? I'm leaving 2025 behind me. We're making some serious changes. And then I would love to have you in there. Okay, we have another question. I'm sorry if you've already said this. How long will the group stay open? Oh, the Facebook group for the summit will stay open. So if there's VIP members, then they can come back and kind of browse through some of the things in the group too, or do some posts. I think that's it. Cindy says, I'm late, but I'm here. That's okay. You can catch the replay. We're all good. All right. Are there any other questions? Anything else I could do? Oh, I have one more giveaway. Silly Shelly. Okay, let me find over in the featured post. In the group, I put another featured post about what you liked about the summit, with some very helpful comments. And I love that. I mean, there was a lot of very appreciative of the speakers and their sessions and the things that they learned. And I really appreciate that. The speakers, I know, appreciate that. And I also loved that there was content, or there was posts in there that wasn't just like, this is great, this is great. Like, you guys had details, and it was, this is what I liked and this is what I didn't like, this is what I found difficult, or this really made my life easier. That really helps us form events in the past as I decide what the next phase is. So we have a winner from the Facebook group. Rebecca was stretching. I thought, oh, what are we doing? Last time she waved down there, it was when I wasn't live. So let me see. Okay. So in the comments up there, I said at noon, I would pick a winner, and then that person would win the ebook. So over on the website, I also have an ebook about marketing and branding. And the winner from the Facebook group is, whoops, Christina. So thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate your comments. Um, and I picked a random name in a random way. I didn't make sure that it was somebody who just posted what I wanted to hear. I remember, I remember reading. I haven't read through every single one of them, but I do know that you have been on a lot of the lives too. So I think that's fun that you have won. All right. Let me see if there is any other questions. So Christina, you're going to want to email me at hello@wecanmakethat.me. Is everybody saying that with me now? I feel like I've said that a million times as I ramble it off, but send us an email that you won the ebook on the final wrap up live, and we will get you your link so that you can go log in. Let me see, no more starred comments. So we must be good. Karen says she was on vacation all week, so I'm glad that I got the VIP access and I could watch later. Yes, I think that's good. You're welcome. Thank you. Go take a long weekend and rest. I am. Well, this is another thing I should say, that if you're thinking about a planner, make sure you order it, not just because it's on sale, but I'm going to be gone for a few days. It's funny because my grandbabies come in to visit. They are states and states away, and then I get to see him for about 24 hours. And then my mom and I are going because her sister had passed away. So we're going to a funeral in Texas. So I'll be gone for about 5 days. And then after that, I'm taking a weekend. So the next few days will be busy as we wrap up everything, and then I'll be gone for a while. But I am not going to leave my husband in charge of mailing planners because I don't know who would get what at the end of the day. So while I'm gone, the planner orders will have to wait until I return. Thank you, Sherry. I appreciate that. She was a lovely lady. Thank you, Cindy. I appreciate it. Okay. I've really enjoyed this summit. The Facebook group and your energy over there and your energy on the lives has been very inspiring to me. So thank you for coming into my little circle here on the internet. And I hope that you continue to follow me and that we can continue to connect. So where do you like to hang out? Facebook, Pinterest, Instagram. Occasionally I'm on TikTok, but wherever you are, please come follow me and send me a message over there. If you're over there and you have a business page, send me a message on Instagram or whatever, and then I would love to come follow your page as well. Amanda says, I slept until noon today. The past 4 days wore me out. That's exactly what I said this morning when I crawled out of bed to my husband. And I'm like, Sunday, I'm sleeping until as long as I can. I might even put a blanket up on the window so that it is no light, because it has to be very dark when I sleep. And then I hope that'll be my day. I get to go to a quilting group with my mom. We joined a quilting club, so we're going quilting on Saturday, or I'd be sleeping in Saturday. All right. So I will let you guys get back to work. I'm going to go take the planners to the post office. So if there's anybody else wants to check out a couple of those day 3 videos yet, make sure you do that. If you had trouble getting Jen Swift's brush pack, that one is linked over on her page now too. And the video is up in the VIP portal. So I apologize for that. That was my mistake. And if you have trouble, there's been a couple people saying that they had trouble watching a video, but the videos are all working. So if you are trying, if you're trying to watch one and it doesn't work, restart your browser, clear your cache, CACHE, cache. And then if that doesn't work, try restarting your machine, or do all of those and the hokey pokey or the chicken dance, and then try again. And sometimes it'll work. Unplug it, plug it back in, right? That's my tech support for everybody. All right. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate you. I see you. Every time I put one of those labels on those planners, I look at the name and I'm like, this is going to be it for her business. Or I will send a little vibe, I will send a little prayer, I'll send a little well wish. So as I send those planners out, just know that they've got good vibes coming to you. Great. Thanks, everybody.